Hello, Steffi here from The Makers. And you're watching this because you want to make some camel legs or maybe legs for another animal. These legs, what's special about them is that they're really solid. I know that they're not weight supporting, but they could easily be. And it's using a wire as a template to make the legs. And I will show you exactly how to do it. Now, I've obviously used the camel as an example, but you will use a wire. This wire is in the Camel box, which is our subscription box for December, but the wire will also be used inside the Camel. So what you need to do is make the legs first, because the wire will not stay inside the legs, and that is the secret about using the wire as a template. Right, let's have a look on the overhead scene. So on the Camel instructions, you get a template, and the blue line determines the size of the front leg, and the black size determines the size of the hind leg, and then there's also a finished size there. So the first thing you need is some core wool, the basic core wool in the Camel box, and then you need your camel color, and you need a little bit of the fox rust brown variegated. It's got one Angelina fiber running through it. There, those three wools you need to make the legs. And the tip that I can give you already is, if you are using your wire and you've got a black pen or anything to mark the wire with, then do so, because for the front leg, which I'm going to do now, you can mark your wire. This is not written in the instructions where this line ends, because that is from here to there is where the wool will need to sit on the wire, and then you get the right size going. If you've got a bit of Tipex, it might be better to use that on the green wire. It doesn't matter that it marks it. So when I usually say wrap wool around wire and you struggle for the wool to slip, I usually say use a bit of glue, but don't do this with this particular one, because you want the wool to come off the wire afterwards. The wire does not stay inside your leg. So to make sure that the wool grips tightly so that you can get nice tight wraps, hold on to the wispy ends of the wool so that you stop it from slipping round, and then just build up a nice solid base going along the wire, and building that up. I'm just going to show you what happens if you don't have enough wool to go along. Go as far as you can, but instead of just allowing the wool to fizzle out on the wire, go back on yourself, because the wool will adhere much more closely. It will stick more to itself rather than the wire. So you've got your first bit of wire covered. Continue wrapping the shape and do it in small tight wraps. So notice how every time I wrap, I pull the wool. I really want to build up a nice dense layer of wool wraps, and they need to be, it's better to have thin layers and lots of them rather than one thick layer, and it's not actually making it tight. So I've reached the end where I've marked the wire, and I'm going back on myself. I'm going to build a really tight wrap onto the wire, and now that I've got that part covered that I want to have covered, it's obvious that I can only secure the wool back into itself because I haven't got any more wire to cover. I'm just building now bulk, and I'm trying to build it as densely and as evenly as I can. So we don't want there to be too much of a tapered shape. You want it to be nice and round at either end already. You can obviously felt it rounder, so if it's not that neat, don't worry about it, but it will also reduce the size of the leg, so you might have to take that into account when you're felting it down. I'm going to hold it next onto the template in a minute again, so that I have a rough idea how much more I need to wrap around. And do notice I'm wrapping this flat like a ribbon, not allowing the wool to twist. When you separate wool off, then just see where it wants to go. It will want to be pulled off more in a strand rather than in little batches. So go with where the wool is taking you in terms of pulling it off the main bulk. And definitely going to check now where I am with this. Yeah. So you will get to a point where it looks a little bit messy, and at that point, I'm going to check where I am with the wool. Yeah, that's not far off. At that point, you're going to take your felting needle and you're going to stab into the wool. And I suggest you use your coarse felting needle. You stab into the wool, but you have to make sure you stab past the wire. So don't stab into the wire because you have to stab quite deeply. We want this to be a really firm shape. Don't worry that you won't be able to get it off the wire. You will, because the wire is slippery despite it having a paper cover. It is slippery, and you will be able to get it off the wire. So don't use a wire that is that maybe has florist tape wrapped around it, because that sticks to the wool. So you do need to have a wire that is still slippy, and the wool can be moved. And you can actually test it. If you can move the wool along, like I am doing here, the shape along like that, then you know it will also slip off. Now to make these edges a little bit blunter, you just stab into them. Make sure you don't push the shape off the wire. Ow, that was my finger. And stab all around, and then hold it against the template again to see if your how much your leg has shrunk, because you will have to add more wool onto it if it has. Yeah, I'm gonna now add a little bit more to have the right size here. The outer cover, when we put it on to match it up to the camel's color, is not to add bulk, it's literally just to color it in. So I'm just going to add one more layer and felt that down, and then I'm pretty certain the leg is ready to come off the wire. So do take your time, but this is a useful technique if you want to make something from 100% wool and you don't want the wire inside. So you can actually make very sturdy, long shapes like legs and so on, necks, without having to have a wire armature inside by using a wire as a template. And I'm using a coarse needle. In fact, I'm using the coarse twisted needle. It gives it goes into the shape still quite nicely, but it also fells quite has got quite a lot of sort of stubbiness effect still. Right, this is the leg shape now, so I'm going to pull it off the wire now. It is definitely solid. It's not about to unravel and come apart. And now you can work a little bit more on the shaping. If for whatever reason you've underestimated the size, then of course you can add more wool to it. You now got a firm base where you can, instead of having the wire still inside, you can still add bulk to the outside. So the finished shape will be like this. But we obviously need to cover it up with wool. So if it fits already that template here, then you've got the right shape. The cover over it is just to color it in. So add the color over the top. In the camel's case, that is the alpaca. Add this over the top. Just continue with the wraps. Don't worry too much about the ends at the moment. And a tip here is that you might have to change to your medium needle. In any case, whilst you still want to stab it in quite consistently, you don't want to stab all the way through to the other end, because what will happen is you stab the white fibers all the way through and they come out at the brown fibers. So if you find that hard to do that with your needle, either you need a medium needle, you can see I've done it here a little bit, or stab at a shallow angle into your shape. You are still attaching the wool that way, but you are attaching it by the fibers going along the shape rather than all the way through it. It really doesn't matter in terms of the finish of the leg, whether the fibers go straight in or go along the surface. So add more of the camel color wool. One of these ends will be covered with a fox rust brown variegated. That will be the knees. Whether you are making the hind legs or the front legs, I'm making the front leg the slightly shorter one. So get a cover on there first, start felting it down, don't worry too much about the very end of it, but get that groove felted in, because that's what I'm talking about here. You get a little indentation where the color changes. Get that down first, and then you probably have enough color there to pull the wool over the edge. If not, just add a little bit more to that side. Again, try not to push too much white wool through to the other side, so because it comes out at the surface, and then just cover up that last bit that's still peeping out there, like this, and felt it down. You can see just by me stabbing into the leg, it is absolutely rock solid. So you can make very solid legs without using, well, you're using the wire, but you're not leaving the wire inside. And with the camel, obviously that means that you have to start with the legs, so don't get tempted to start with the body, because you will lose the wire if you're relying on the wire in our maker's box. Camel, December 2022. And you will be making 2 of these, and you make 2 slightly longer ones for the hind legs. So that's the front leg, and that's how it started out on the wire, and then you're making slightly larger ones for the hind legs. And oops, we're really just looking at the solid shape. If you've got wispy bits sticking out, then ignore those. This is exactly the right size where you need to be, so that the template is actually covered. I'll just show you this here in the front camera as well. It's a nice solid shape. You can bend it if you want to, but it is actually, it's not coming apart, and it will definitely be weight bearing if you ever needed to make a leg just from wool. That's the way to do it. And I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any other questions, drop us a line. Do share with us your camel makes, as usual, on Every Wanna Make on our Facebook group, or maybe you can tag us on Instagram at the makers with 2 S's. On Facebook it's at themakers.co.uk, and we also have a TikTok channel now, which is not shown here on the back, but that's also at the makers, and also Twitter. You can tag us by using at the makers. Of course, give us the thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any useful tutorials, and certainly the free tutorials that we post every week here on the channel too. Thank you very much, and see you soon. Bye.